For the next few hours, nothing exists except for Cleveland high school sports. Because the Quad Brothers are here. Outlaw!
What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the first Quad Brothers Sports Show in about 3-4 weeks. My name is Kevin Hanley. Got my people in the building with me. The homie Eli Robinson. E, what's good?
What up?
Philly Phil should be here momentarily. Reg is out tonight. Happy birthday, Reg. Y'all celebrating his birthday. You already know what it is, man. Quad Brothers Sports Show. Got a great show lined up for you today. I'll be talking some NBA playoffs, talking some NFL draft. Of course, we got to recap the draft. And we have two very special guests at 7:30. Great friend of the show. The whole family are friends of the show. 7:30 from the Elyria Pioneers and now the Grand Valley State Lakers. Johnanthony Lowery will join us. And at 8 o'clock from the athleteshub.org, Hassan Kazmi will join us, and we'll be chopping it up with him as well. NBA, NFL, we got you covered. So it's been a while since we've been on. A lot of things going on. Browns had a pretty good draft.
Yes, they did.
But
here comes the wet blanket.
No, I'm just saying.
All right, okay, I'll let you go.
Pittsburgh had a great draft.
Okay.
So did Baltimore had a great draft.
Right.
Baltimore, both of those teams draft very well. But that's what they do. They draft very well. So those two teams had great drafts. Cleveland, it's gonna be a 3-team race. Browns, Steelers, and the Ravens. Cincinnati, we'll see. Jonah Williams is actually not bad. Jonah Williams is actually a pretty good offensive lineman. So,
but they needed a quarterback as well.
I don't know, man. They like Andy Dalton, I guess. Honestly, though, where they were picking, there wasn't anybody left that was. Well, Haskins was there. They could have taken Haskins.
Still there.
Yeah, Haskins. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think they like what they have in Andy Dalton, apparently, or they just didn't like Haskins that much. So Haskins goes to Washington. Dwayne Haskins, he's dead to me now. So is Terry McLaurin, and so is Mike Weber.
Who did Mike Weber get drafted by?
Dallas, 7th round.
Oh, wow.
Exactly.
Wow.
Dead to me. All three. Haskins, McLaurin, Weber. Dead. Just like Zeke is dead to me. I can't do it, man. I can't root for anybody on those teams. Sorry. So, but I will say this. As much as I hate to admit it, I think Washington had a damn good draft.
Yes, they did.
I think they lucked up. They stayed pat, and they came away with Dwayne Haskins.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end of the first round, they come back into the first round to get Montez Sweat. And then they get Bryce Love from Stanford. I think Washington had a pretty good draft.
I don't understand that about Bryce Love. Remember he was like a Heisman candidate, and
yeah, I think he had some injuries. I think he had some injuries his senior year that kind of dropped him. But the whole draft is a crapshoot. So who knows? The whole draft is a crapshoot.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Bosa could be a bust. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even going to talk about his foolishness. We might, but yeah. So we got NBA playoffs. Warriors doing what the Warriors do. They beat the Rockets today, 104-100.
You know what? I don't think. I thought the Rockets were gonna, take game one, and this is gonna be a game changer, man. They're gonna go all the way and beat the Warriors in this series, but it's not happening.
I don't know if any team can really beat. I don't know. I don't know if any team, maybe Milwaukee, but I don't even know if Milwaukee's ready for it.
Because if you saw that a little bit of the game today, it seems like Golden State can play mind games with you and take you out your game real quick. Chris Paul, it was like 4 seconds to go in the fourth quarter, got ejected.
I mean, I look. The Warriors are a phenomenal team, and as long as they have those five, as long as they have Thompson and Durant and Curry and Boogie, I mean, they're going to be hard to beat. They're going to be very hard to beat.
I agree. Yeah.
Now I don't know who's going to be able to do it.
Houston sure as hell is not going to.
No, I won't be Houston. Might be Boston. Boston beat Milwaukee 112-90 today. So both of those series up 1-0.
I mean, you look at that series.
Yeah, it's that series between Boston and Milwaukee. You got two of the best teams in the Eastern Conference going head to head with each other. Kyrie Irving against the Greek Freak. I mean, it's really. I hope this is a series that goes 7 games. I really do. I hope this is a series that goes 7 games. But I mean, Boston just beat them boys down by 22. So Philly in the building.
Yeah.
Was good. So yeah, when that's why I want that's why I can't wait to talk to Hassan. You know, we'll definitely jump to the NBA playoffs. Recap this draft. We'll do a lot of that.
Bro, I'm digging the Flames sweater, bro.
Yeah, this
I like that.
This actually belonged to my mother, man. So
for real?
Yeah.
Oh,
I bought it for a long time ago. This had to been like the 90s. I bought this for her.
Oh, that's what's up. I
she
like
kept
that,
it, man. And I found it in the closet. And I'm like, oh, I can fit it now.
I'm digging that,
Yeah,
man. I like that.
Yeah, man. I had to, man. I had to break it out. I was debating. I'll probably end up framing it, but I wanted to wear it at least one time.
Man, I feel you.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been a minute since we've been off, man. So
it feels so good.
Be back. I can't wait to talk to Johnanthony at 7:30 because I want to know what's been going on with him, man. Now 1 full season at Grand Valley State under his belt.
I was about to say, is he playing this year? He should be playing.
Was
he redshirted last year?
I don't know. We'll have to ask him. I'm not sure if he redshirted or not, but we'll have to ask him because, I mean, get that. If you don't have him out there, Grand Valley, I mean, get him out there. What you waiting on? That's what I want to know. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see if John Anthony's if he played at all in his freshman year. So yeah, man, I'm telling you, Pittsburgh and Baltimore did what Pittsburgh and Baltimore do. That's what they did this weekend. They did what they do, what they always do.
Real talk, I'm not too concerned about Baltimore. Just to let you know, I mean, they're still going to be a consistent team. I still believe they're going to be a consistent team. It's just for me, I need to see the progression of Lamar Jackson. If Lamar Jackson isn't a passer to me, you may be able to get 8 and 8, 9 and 7. I still see them as that running game. If we can stop that, I feel like we'll be able to defeat them. But if Lamar Jackson can advance in the passing game, then at that point, this is when I'm going to start to be concerned. If Lamar, I'm not even saying he has to be Aaron Rodgers,
right? But
if he could be serviceable with his arm, I know his arm ain't as strong as Vic's, but if he can do something like Michael Vick, I feel like he'll be all right. Now, my problem is Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Devin Bush and T.J. Watt.
For real.
Yep.
Like, I was just sitting there imagining, like, okay, they gonna have an all right draft. So you move up in the draft to, I believe, number 10, get one of the best linebackers in the country, if not the best, depending on who you ask.
Yep.
To fill their hole where Ryan Shazier and thank God that he's doing okay because he's progressing.
I mean,
amazingly, and I know he said he wants to play football again. But not only that,
I don't know about all that.
Yeah, I don't know about that either. But you get the corner from Michigan State, and who else did they draft? They drafted somebody else that I liked. I can't remember.
They're running back Snell.
Was it Snell? I think it might have been Snell.
Yeah, it was Snell. They definitely got Snell. Yeah.
I mean, And on top of that, they got another wide receiver from the MAC. Now
Toledo.
watch this dude come in and start beasting. Pittsburgh can find them wide receivers. There's something about Pittsburgh.
What school from the MAC?
Toledo.
Yeah,
I can't remember his name.
Oh,
It's something about that culture. I'm telling you
about it. So no, I don't expect the Pittsburgh Steelers to go anywhere. I expect the Pittsburgh Steelers to be right down there for the division, which is why I'm surprised when the schedule was released that Cincinnati is our last game. Like, come on, NFL. You know the last 2 games should have been Baltimore and Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Seriously.
And the Browns drafted a kicker in the 5th round.
Yeah, Cyber.
Austin Cyber from Oklahoma.
We needed. I was hoping they was going to sign a veteran kicker because our kicking situation last year was garbage.
They got Greedy Williams on the 2nd round. I wanted Greedy Williams to be an Eagle.
They got Greedy.
I wanted Greedy to be an Eagle. I tell you, the pick that intrigues me the most is Mac Wilson, the kid from Alabama, the inside linebacker from Alabama.
He really failed.
That intrigues me. Honestly, this Sione Taki, I don't know who that kid is. I never heard of that kid.
I'm not even gonna lie.
I didn't watch a lot of BYU games.
If the linebacker, what's his name, the kid from Alabama,
Wilson,
if he progresses, Joe Sherber's contract is up next year, so you just might see your replacement right then and there.
That kid can play.
So I love John Dorsey. Can we erect a statue of John Dorsey now? Like, I personally. And I told my mom this. Me and my mom were talking about this. I told my mother this the other day. I was like, I want to win, but you know what? Just the fact that he came in and literally took a bunch of chaos. Like, we have been in chaos. Nobody has done this in 20 years.
Yep.
Nobody has had this type of, I know my players. I know my talent. I'm going to go get this talent.
Yep.
I know my picks in the draft. Nobody has had this for 20 years. So for you to come in and just basically in 2 years bring the stability that we haven't had in 20 years is just downright mind-blowing to me.
Crazy.
So I'm just like, dude, you need a statue.
And now they got to put it all together.
Yeah.
Now you got to put it all together.
That's the thing.
That's the thing. Now you got to put it all together. Because I'm looking at this. So Pittsburgh Devin Bush was their 1st round pick.
Yeah.
Deontay Johnson was this receiver from Toledo that they got.
Yeah.
Then they came back and got Justin Lane from Michigan State.
Look at his face. Look at his face. Yeah,
Let
Let
me tell you about that kid, Deontay Johnson. And I've been listening to MAC games and following Toledo and all the MAC teams. That guy's a flat out beast.
He been burning y'all, huh?
Yeah, he can.
And they got then Justin Lane, Benny Snell is the kid's name from Kentucky, running back from Kentucky in the 4th round. Zach Gentry, the tight end from Michigan.
They got Benny Snell too.
Yeah. That's
my
what they got.
God.
Benny Snell. Yep.
Yo.
They got a kid from Akron, Ulysses Gilbert, inside linebacker from Akron.
They're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere.
I'm trying to tell you.
They literally are reloading right now. They're not going anywhere.
They haven't rebuilt since before Ben Roethlisberger got there.
They're not going
anywhere. They just reload. I'm telling you, that's all they do. That's what I was saying. When people were calling me a hater, I'm like, they don't rebuild. They just reload. Honestly, besides with Pittsburgh, those two, Pittsburgh and Baltimore draft very, very well.
They have always.
They got Devin Bush to go with T.J. Watt in that linebacker core. It don't even matter who the 3rd guy is. They got Devin Bush with T.J. Watt.
Don't forget they signed Mark Barron, too.
And they signed Mark Barron. And Ben is still there. And
you think I'm worried about Ben?
You should be. Eli, don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. And in my opinion, Juju going off this year. Because Juju got something to prove now. Juju going off this year.
This is going to be a fun season.
Antonio Brown is lighting a fire under Juju that not that Juju needed a fire lit under him anyway. Juju going off this year.
Antonio Brown is a nutcase.
He is a nutcase. I don't know what's wrong with that dude.
I've never seen anybody challenge a media member to a fight over Twitter. Now, I know y'all used to be teammates and everything, but, bruh, for real?
Easy, bro.
Let me see you in the street. What's happening? What?
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
No, man.
You don't want to do that. I don't think Antonio Brown, you ain't ready for the Ruckus head. Stop it, Antonio. You don't want to do that.
Side note, I got something to say to Josh Rosen. Josh Rosen, you knew it was going to happen. Kyler Murray is going to be the number 1 overall pick. And this guy deletes himself, unfollows, the Arizona Cardinals.
As he should.
I would too. Bye. See you later.
Why not come in? It's called a quarterback competition.
That ain't no competition.
Come on in and fight for
your position. Because he knew
man.
they was trading him. There was no fighting for your position. He knew they was trading him.
Stop acting like a little baby.
There wasn't no competition.
They do, but he knew they was getting traded. There wasn't going to be no competition.
He was getting traded.
There was going to be a competition.
Nah, there wasn't going to be no competition. Cliff Kingsbury specifically, as soon as he got that job, knew in his head that he was going to draft Kyler Murray.
He said when he was still
#1.
coach at Texas Tech that he would draft the #1 if he had a chance.
You got there, and there wasn't. Well, we like Josh for now. What do you mean for now? There's no competition.
There's no competition.
Trade me.
He knew he was getting traded. That's why he unfollowed him. He knew he was getting traded.
Let me go. Thank you.
There's no competition to have.
I guarantee you, when he when season starts, he better light it up in Miami.
I think Josh Rosen is going to have a good season.
I'm
going
to talk about his ass.
But there's nothing to talk about, Eli. There was never going to be a competition. He knew he was getting traded. There was never going. He can't control that. The Cardinals wanted to get rid of him.
The Cardinals better hope that Kyler Murray comes in and lights it up and looks good. Because if you trade a quarterback that actually looks good for a quarterback that doesn't look good, you look stupid.
Josh Rosen, there was never going to be a competition with Kyler Murray. He wasn't going to get that opportunity because the Cardinals were actively shopping him, and Miami bit.
I had a bit too.
So I'm telling you, I think Josh Rosen is going to have a good season in Miami. I really do.
I'm not going to lie. Out of the two quarterbacks that I wanted Josh Rosen before I wanted Baker.
Yep.
I'm not even going to front.
I
wanted Josh before I wanted Baker.
Rosen's going to have a good season.
I thought he was the most NFL ready. Now, it just whole happens the fact that he went to Arizona, which is just garbage.
I'm going to say anybody that knows this season for him in Arizona, that whole team was a train wreck. The whole squad. 3 different offensive coordinators or something like that this year. A first-year head coach. No running game or offensive line to speak of. This whole season was a train wreck for Josh Rosen. But it wasn't anything of his doing. The whole team was a train wreck. So there wasn't going to be any competition.
So that was a wash for me.
Yeah, Josh Rosen isn't running from competition. There was never going to be one because they were actively shopping him, and as soon as they got a team that would give him a deal that they wanted, they were going to trade him. So I would unfollow him too. What am I going to follow you for? You get ready to trade me?
Just saying, like if you don't light it up, I'm gonna be on his ass, man.
But you should. Okay, I guess that's fair. That's fair.
He's in his second year.
I think he's gonna have a good. season.
I hope so.
Because at UCLA he was a pretty good quarterback.
Yeah, but he had character issues too.
No, people didn't like him because he was actually speaking on some of the same stuff that Cap was speaking on, and people didn't like that.
You know, as long as you speak on equality, you can't speak now.
Yeah.
If you Joey Bosa,
I'm all for Josh Rosen. Hey, don't. But this Nick Nick.
Nick, I'm sorry, whichever one.
Might be Joey too. We don't know.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, man, is Joey like this too? Like, yo, we're gonna have to disown the whole Bosa family, like for real.
So I'm looking at this Washington draft, and so there's Haskins, Montez Sweat, Terry McLaurin, Bryce Love, Wes Martin, a guard from Indiana, then Ross Piersbacher, a guard from Alabama, Cole Holcomb, Kelvin Hampton from North Carolina State, Jimmy Moreland from James Madison, then Jordan Brailford from Oklahoma State. So
I think they did adequate.
That first 4 picks, Haskins, Sweat, McLaurin, and Love, those guys could all turn into real contributors for. And don't forget, in that backfield, they still got AP and they still got Darius Geis.
Yeah,
so somebody got to go. I would think. It might be AP, depending on what they see in the preseason. But I wouldn't be so quick to get rid of him either. I know he's 34, but
I'll give you 7-9 and last in the division.
I'll take that, whatever. I'll take it.
Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. They're not going to finish last because you guys are in the same division as the Giants. Mm-hmm. For some reason.
I don't know.
For some god-awful reason.
Look, man, I know.
Daniel Jones.
I know the draft is a crapshoot, but you could have gotten Daniel Jones when you picked at 17. I don't know what that was all about. I don't know.
That was the fun. Like, literally, the moment that they made the pick, I went on Twitter, and just the look on these Giants fans.
It's priceless.
Did you guys see Joe Budden's reaction? He had to sit down on the floor.
It was priceless.
It was horrific.
But they came back, though, and they salvaged that first round, in my opinion. They got Dexter Lawrence from Clemson. I don't know how DeAndre Baker made it all the way to 30. No, I don't know how he made it that far. That kid was a good cornerback at Georgia. I don't know how DeAndre Baker made it to 30, but he did, and the Giants snatched him up. So we'll see. We'll see.
You know,
y'all are trash.
Yeah.
First of all, Eli is trash.
Yeah.
Eli is trash.
You really got no receiver to speak of.
And Daniel Jones isn't ready. He's not ready for that.
And they brought in Golden Tate, and it's like you didn't bring anybody that's going to replace Odell.
Hand off to Saquon for 32 times
Pretty
a
much.
game.
Do you know who really had the steal of the draft? It was two teams. Us, when Greedy Williams.
I was about to say the Browns with Greedy Williams.
And the Seattle Seahawks by drafting DK Metcalf.
Great value for that pick.
Yeah.
But I heard though.
I just don't believe in DK.
A lot of people said A.J. Brown was a better receiver, and he went higher than DK Metcalf. He's a better receiver at Ole Miss.
I just don't believe in DK. I really don't. He got bust written all over him.
If he'd have been drafted by anybody other than Seattle, I might agree with you, but nah.
We're going to see.
He got Pete Carroll for a coach and catching footballs from Russell Wilson.
That don't mean nothing to me. I done seen lots of talented wide receivers come in and they got quarterback. They just bust.
It's something about there are Seattle's on that short list of teams where you're like, this team. If a player goes to this team, it's a great situation for them. Seattle's one of those. Yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Jacksonville got Josh Allen at 7.
That's because the Giants are stupid.
Yeah,
stupid.
Josh Allen, the kid from Kentucky, the linebacker.
Kentucky, yeah.
I tell you, a pick that kind of intrigues me in this first round was T.J. Hockenson, the tight end from Iowa, who went to Detroit at number 8.
Now, which one is that? Is that the catching one or the block? The all around? That's the all around.
That's the all around. Noah Fant is the other one that was that. Noah Fant went to Denver later in the first round. 2 tight ends from the same school going in the first round.
I don't even know what to make of Detroit anymore. Like I don't.
Yeah, me either.
I know they have a new head coach, Matt Patricia. I know, I don't know what to make of them anymore. First of all, I'm never drafting anybody from their team ever again on my fantasy squad. I know that.
Yeah.
Because they are terrible. They are awful.
Unless you can get Stafford like in the 10th round.
I'm not picking Stafford. The only person that was capable of picking in the past 32 years was 2 people, Barry Sanders and Calvin Johnson. That's it. That's it. So I don't know what to make of them.
You know who I like? You know another pick that I liked? Garrett Bradbury, the center for North Carolina State, who went to Minnesota at 18. I know he's a center. I know it's not a flashy pick. That kid is a mauler. That kid's a monster.
Minnesota's trash.
He's a monster. I like the Eagles pick. I like Dillard from Washington State. I like that kid. It's not a DB. I wanted a DB, but I take it.
You sure about that? Kirk Cousins don't think that.
You like that? You like that?
Kirk Cousins went 8-7-1 last year, so
I guess he likes that.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins was 8-7-1 last year, but no, I like it from everything, from all the reports and the mocks that I saw, that this kid was the best left tackle in the draft. At the very least, he was the most athletic tackle in the draft.
Well, y'all do need to keep Carson healthy. Please keep
Carson 11
healthy.
upright. That's the plan.
Please
keep 11 off his back, and he's going to get to learn from Jason Peters. So and Jason Peters was a converted tight end that is now probably going to go to the Hall of Fame as a left tackle.
Is Lane Johnson still on the
Yep,
squad?
Lane Johnson's still there. Jason Kelsey's still there. So he's going to learn from some good offensive linemen. So it wasn't a sexy pick. It wasn't a DB. But I like it. I like the pick. I like that kid Sanders they got from Penn State. I like Miles Sanders.
Oh,
yes.
yeah. He a burner.
I like Miles Sanders. The only reason Miles Sanders didn't get more carries was because some kid named Saquon Barkley was there. But I like Miles Sanders. You know what I was thinking, though, honestly, and I'll say this, and then we can kind of get ready to come back. I was thinking, man, in 3-4 years, we might be sitting watching the draft and hearing names like Johnanthony Lowery and Jordan Castleberry and Carlton Swopes, and you know what I mean? We might be Matthias Shimilewski and Titus Todoruna. We might be hearing these names picked.
It's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be crazy, right? It's gonna be crazy, and I'm looking forward to it. So, all right, let's take a break. We'll get out. We'll come back. When we come back, we will be speaking to Johnanthony Lowery, former Elyria Pioneer, current Grand Valley State Laker. And at 8 o'clock, Hassan Casby from theathleteshub.org. He will join us as well. So, got a couple of guests. Got more to talk about. Stick around, man. It's the Quad Brothers Sports Show. Eli, take us out.
The name of the song is called King by Chucky Beats. This is the Quad Brothers Sports Show on One Unit Media Network.
Yep. All right, welcome back to the show. All right, man, joining us right now, right out of the break, man, we got so much love for this young man on the show. He is a former Elyria Pioneer, shout out Elyria, and a current Grand Valley State Laker. His name is Johnanthony Lowery, and he joins us on the show. Johnanthony, what's good, man?
How's it going?
You still fishing or what?
I actually just got here. I'm driving in from Elyria, going up to a little service trip at Grand Valley. We're going out to do like some volunteer stuff. So I thought instead of leaving at 4 a.m., I'd go out and fish a little in the night and then leave in the middle of the morning.
Nice. What do you fish? What are you fishing for?
Catfish, actually.
I mean, what else? What else did you fish? Now, are you catch and release? Or do you keep them, clean them, eat them, all that kind of stuff?
I'm catch and release guy, especially because like I mainly fish for catfish, and they're kind of hard to cook and clean and everything. But
good to eat.
I'd love to in the future.
Absolutely. All right, man. Well, let's get right into it. We won't hold you up no longer. So now, obviously, you know, when the very first time we interacted with you, you were killing it, beasting it at Elyria. Now you are getting ready to enter your sophomore season at Grand Valley State. What's been the biggest transition for you going from high school to college?
Well, honestly, the time. I think there's a lot of time that goes into college football compared to high school. High school, I realize you can kind of just show up and do your thing. In college, it's every day is a little bit of football at least. There's not a single day out of the week where you're not really doing football of some sort, which I love. Don't get me wrong, but it's a lot to take in.
Now, are you now? We were just wondering this, you know, before we went to break. Now, did you redshirt this freshman year? Or did you actually get in and get on the field and see some playing time?
I redshirted this first year.
Okay, so you coming in fresh this year. Now, what is it now? I guess so. What's the plan? Now, just by observing, have you been surprised at all between the difference in the speed of the game between high school and college?
It's a little bit surprising, especially because, I am going to a D2 and all, but we're in a really tough Division II. It's the GLIAC is probably one of the toughest, arguably, around. It's quite a different change of pace. It's always going on, and there's like no breaks in between. It is pretty fast, and if you don't know what you're doing, it shows. So I'd say it is very different. It's changed a lot.
Now, what are they going to have you doing there at Grand Valley State? Are you only playing defense? Or are you going to be on the offensive side, or what are they going to be doing with you there? Have they kind of laid that out for you?
They made the plan. I'm on the defensive line for sure. That's probably the only place I'm going to be sitting right now, especially going into this year. They actually moved. I used to play D end. They moved me because I'm a little bit of a bigger guy into interior.
Okay.
So I'm playing interior D line quite a bit.
So now, where are you now? Like height wise, weight wise, where are you now?
Height, I'd say maybe people say I get taller, but I don't know. We don't really measure the height. My weight is about 265, 270 ish right now. I'm still about 6'3", 6'4" ish. The goal is to get up about 5 or 10 pounds, but I'm kind of right where I'm at as far as the coaches want me.
I was going to say, are they asking you to add on more weight since they're moving you inside, or are they asking you to put on some more weight?
Yeah, they want a little bit of weight on, not too much. That's another thing I noticed about college is it's, especially at the level I'm playing on right now, is height and weight sometimes is kind of irrelevant. You'd think, hey, you really want to be big at this spot, but a lot of the times some people actually surprise you at that weight or that height.
Now, I don't know if you've watched any of it this weekend. Like, is it hard as now you being a college player, you're watching the draft and you're seeing you guys from schools like Washburn and things like that getting drafted, and I'm sure they've already let you guys know that there is a bit of a lineage of guys at Grand Valley State that have made it to the National Football League. Is that something? I know you're going to be starting your second year, but is that something that you are like, man, I can really do this. I can really make this happen because we believe you can do it.
I think I'd love to do it. I always look at it as icing on the cake. Like I've made it to college. I'm worrying about college. Coach always says 6 inches. Look 6 inches and 40 in front of you. Don't look way into the future. I like to not look too far in the future. If I make it, I make it. That's kind of like icing on the cake. I know Grand Valley does have that lineage and everything, like you said, and I've seen like a couple of guys come and go, and there's actually like Dylan Carroll that just got he's a free agent to the Chicago Bears, and there's one other guy I wasn't very sure about. And well, yeah, that's about it. I mean, it's icing on the cake to me. I'm not worried about it right now, especially because I'm so far, and it'd be nice, but you know.
Have you picked a major yet? Being there at Grand Valley State, you've been there a year, and have you picked a major yet?
It's an interesting question, actually. Yeah, I actually came in, and one of the things that stood out to me about Grand Valley is I was going to be like a finance. I was thinking business or something because they have such a good business school and finance. My first year, I took one class my first half of college, my freshman college year, and I was like, all right, I think I'm going to do something computer related. So I switched to computer science.
Nice.
And after switching to computer science, I took the base computer science class. I hated it. I hate it. So right now I switched back to IT. I got a really good plan to go into information technology, which is a branch of computer communications. So I think that's where I want to be right now. But like how people tell you they go through college and they're like, oh well, I thought I wanted to do that. I'm not going to do it. It does happen.
That's the way to go though. I mean, now where everything is so technology driven, IT is that's like a no-brainer. That's the way to go. If you're going to pick a major, you've got to be computer related.
And I originally what drew my attention to like computer science is it's like the stuff no one really wants to do. It's coding and stuff. I like that a little bit, or I thought I liked it. And I like it, but a little bit of it. So I'm a little bit more of a hardware guy. I like working with computers and stuff. So I switched to IT, which is going to be more like hardware based. But yeah.
Now, how have you been able to juggle your class schedule and your football schedule? Talk about that and the kind of discipline it takes for you to juggle the two of them.
It actually takes more than you think. Like you go, oh, you're just playing football and doing homework. It's not that bad. You don't have to work a job. Well, it's like football is my job. I'm like the way we had it set up is Monday through Saturday we ended up having there's something football. Either we're weightlifting or we're doing football. It was 5 to 6 hours. It's film, weightlift, football every day. Sunday we have a little bit of time off. So in between it, it's kind of like where a normal kid would go take a nap. I'm like, well, crap, I can't take a nap. I got to get this homework done. So it's kind of struggling a little bit through it. I mean, I found it. I'm always kind of adamant about getting my stuff done. So it's not too bad on me, but it's still pretty bad. I think there's sometimes where I'm kind of like stressing out, like, oh, I got to get this done for this deadline, and this is due tomorrow and everything. You just got to stay ahead because once I fell behind a couple of times this year.
Okay. And
once you fall behind as a student athlete, you kind of start burying yourself, so you can't do that. That's the one thing I noticed I need to stop doing.
You know what I love. You know what I love about Johnanthony. You know what I love about this young man is I love the transparency. You know what I mean? Some kids will be like, no, I got it. I'm handling it. And he's very transparent and honest. Like when we asked him about the picture that we put up about Elyria, we was kind of making a little bit of fun of Elyria, and he was like, no, we were like, screw those guys. You know what I mean? Like, I love that, man. I got to say, I love that about you. Now, what about your parents now? Because I know they were there every game at Elyria. Have they been able to make games? Do they come to every game that you guys had played this year?
Well, this past year, that I kind of told them not to, like, especially because I'm redshirt and I'm not doing really much out there, and I'm on scout team and everything. I don't see much of a reason. I know my dad loves it. I know my mom loves watching me, but I don't see a reason for them to come up. They still did a couple times, and they're the like, I love them. They're the people where it's like they have to and they want to as much as they possibly can. And sometimes, like this year, my dad was literally like hours ago before I left talking about how for one of my games next year, he's going to have to leave work, have mom pick him up, take him up to 4 hours to Michigan, drive him back home, and go straight to work. And I'm like, you're crazy. You can't do that.
Your parents are so dope. I love your parents, man. Your parents are so dope.
I know. I'm lucky to have them, but sometimes I got to be like, hey, just chill. I love you guys, but just whatever's best.
Fall back. Yeah. So now let me ask you now. So red shirt freshman year. Now we're on to year 2, but still technically year 1. Have you set any kind of personal goals for yourself just on the field? Have you set any kind of personal goals for yourself?
The way our team is kind of set up is everything's earned. It's not like people are given. I do have a couple of people ahead of me seniority wise.
Okay.
My goal is to try to get on the field as much as possible this year. I don't know for sure. Like, nothing's set in stone. My dad always gets giddy and asks me, and I always have to tell him, I don't know. My personal goal is to get on the field as much as possible this year. Okay. I think I can do it, and I'd like to do it. And this 1 year of redshirting kind of taught me how bad it feels to not be on the field.
Right.
I still got to play football, but I still always had that need and that want to actually go out and be on the field. So that'd be nice to get back for a change.
Yeah, that's got to be tough for you, because I remember when we first went to the first game we went to for Elyria, and it was me and Mike and I think maybe Eli.
It was Phil.
Me, Mike, and Phil, and we were watching, and we had you on the top 25 because for you that don't know, he was an original top 25 member. We had you on there as a defensive end, and then I look and you're playing offensive tackle, and I'm like, wait a minute, he goes both ways. And you never. I remember you might have left the field for like 2 minutes during the whole game. You were on the field the whole time, so there's got to be a culture shock to not be able to play.
Mm-hmm. And that's another thing. Even all that training or endurance and stuff I had to go through, it still could not have made me readier for college. Like, when you go to college, you really can't do enough. I went into just regular 2-week camp, and I was kind of drained a little bit, even though I did practice and I did try to get ready. It's just I couldn't be prepared for it as much as I tried. So, and I had to kind of adapt and overcome when I got there.
So now let me ask you this. Let's just jump back to Elyria for a quick sec. So now Coach Arno is gone. Coach Culliver is in at Elyria. Are you familiar with Coach Culliver, and what do you expect to see from Elyria this year? What are you expecting to see? Do you keep tabs on that?
A little bit, because my brother's an incoming sophomore, so I like to dabble a little bit and talk here and there. From what I'm hearing, I don't know the coach personally, if at all, really, to be honest with you.
Right.
I'm kind of expecting from the team. Now, most of the people I know from my class and a class before kind of dissipated. There's not really many of them left.
Right.
But from what I do know, I know my little brother's up. He's going to be a beast this year
Andrew's
for sure.
Beast, man.
He has to be. I go to college, I come back, and this dude's lifting so much, and he's got he wants to go bodybuilder or something. I don't know, just a whole bunch of stuff. I left with a different brother, and then I came back from college. This dude's a different guy. I'm excited to see him, as well as I know there's a couple of young guys, and I know when I left, we didn't have that seniority.
Right.
And I know the year after that, we still didn't have that seniority. So that's 2 years right there of not having a gap of really good, strong, able kids to actually go out and play.
Right.
And I know, especially in high school, you need that structure, that little structure to build off of, and then have the extra other younger guys come up and fill the other gaps that aren't there. But Absolutely. You need a base to work on it. Elyria really hasn't had that base in probably a year or 2 years. So I'm hoping they pull something away.
Yeah, I follow your dad on Twitter, man. I saw Xander squatting 405 the other day. I said, okay, we got another one coming. All right, man. Look, we'll get you out of here on this. So now we've talked about the differences, college and high school. What advice would you give players who are about to begin that journey into college sports? They're coming out of high school. They're getting ready to go to college. Some are starting next year. Players like Jordan Castleberry going from St. Anne's to Michigan. What kind of advice would you give them and say, okay, this is what you need to do, what you need to look for? What kind of advice would you give them?
Kind of take everything with a grain of salt. Don't expect your first year, especially if you're getting into D1s and D2s. Don't expect to play your first year. If you get redshirted, it's not that big of a deal. Just try as hard as you can. I know college coaches don't usually pick favorites like some high schools do. So if you as an individual work as hard as you possibly can, everything will come down to you. I know a couple people even on our team. There's you could be the littlest guy out there, no scholarship, barely even part of the team. Coaches don't even know you. If you work as hard as you can, you're gonna know, they're gonna notice you, and you're gonna play. It's gonna happen. I mean, almost everything I've seen in my college. I don't know. I can't speak for all colleges, but I know once you earn the right, you actually get it. So don't Don't make excuses. Don't, what our coach calls it, water path. Take the bets. Just work as hard as you can, and it'll show.
I love it, man. I love the attitude. Look, Johnanthony, man. Hey, I love your attitude, young man with an attitude like yours, man. We couldn't be more proud of you. Shout out to you and the whole family, all of Elyria, man. We really appreciate you guys, the love and support, and we rocking with you, man, and we'll be looking for you, man, this upcoming season, and we definitely got to do it again down the road, man. So we appreciate it. Go enjoy your fishing, have fun, man. We appreciate you coming on.
All right, have a good day, guys.
All right, have a good one. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Johnanthony Lowery, former Elyria Pioneer, current Grand Valley State Laker. I got so much love for that young man. I mean, straight up, the transparency. Because, some kids be like, nah, it's cool. I got it, man. I'm not worried about nothing. This guy's like, nah, man, it's hard. And I've struggled a couple times.
Man, just the way he made it sound like I knew NFL football was a job, but I had no idea that college football, you are literally on the field, and then you go to class, and then you back on the field, and then you doing homework, and you go to sleep, then you getting up, then you back on the field. It's like a job. They have a job there.
Except they don't get paid. That's another story. No, I love it, man. I love it. I love that young man, top 5 on this show. To me. As far as people that we've had a chance to interact with, people that we've interviewed, people that we look at their work ethic and their family structure, like him and Nasir Rashid and Jordan Castleberry. I mean, there are just young people like that we get a chance to interact with on this show, and I love it, man. I love the attitude, and we'll be rooting for him without question.
Absolutely.
We got to see if we can get some
road trip.
Yay.
Road trip.
See if we can get some Grand Valley State gear, man, up to throw up once we get into the new digs. Get some Grand Valley State gear to throw up in there too.
Make sure you sign it.
Yeah, got to, man. Yep. And like I said, there's been a little bit of a lineage, man, from Grand Valley State going to the National Football League. I think the biggest name is probably Matt Juden, who plays for the Baltimore Ravens. But hey, man, I can see Johnanthony Lowery playing in the National Football League. 265 right now. They said he wanted to put about 5 or 10. The kid is powerful, man. We saw it up close. So, yeah, no, I can see it. I could definitely see it, man. So I appreciate him coming on. And I appreciate Mr. and Mrs. Lowery too, man. They show love a lot.
All the
man.
time.
We appreciate
Man,
it. All the time.
About dedication.
All the time. They show love, man. And man, Mr. Lowery driving, leaving, picking up from work, going up to Michigan, coming back, and then got to go right to work after that?
Nah, things you do for your kids, man.
Man, I guess so. I guess so. See, y'all don't know the struggle, man. My kids are just little.
No, we don't know nothing about that.
Let me tell you something. So we went to this. We went to my daughter's soccer game.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Morning.
I saw that.
Man, look. Well, we were at, and it's funny. The cover started at 7, but the actual draft didn't start until 8, so I was good. But I mean, we went yesterday morning.
Right.
To my daughter's.
So y'all was there all day then.
We were my oldest daughter had a game at 10, and my youngest daughter had a game at 1. So we went. It was out in South Euclid. It was out in Lyndhurst actually. The first game at 10. So we get there. I can't really remember Anderson Park. I think it was in Lyndhurst. But so we had to park up the street and around the corner because there was not enough parking for all the fields they had.
Yeah.
But the field that our kids been on, it was literally like soup. And I'm like, they're not calling the game? Nope. It was like soup out there. So we go out there. We're sitting by the field. The field is like soup. The kids are trying to get the ball to kick the ball, but it just gets stuck in the mud. And so kids, one girl for the other team, I felt so bad for her, man. This girl slipped and fell flat on her back right in the middle of the field. Man. Right in all the mud. Splat right on her back.
Oh, man. I couldn't have been there. I'd have been laughing.
Man, but you're sitting out there. The wind is blowing. I'm freezing. I got to watch these kids. It was just, you're right. The things you do for your kids.
Things you do for your kids.
Things you do for your kids.
I ain't got that problem.
Yeah, well,
not
when you
yet.
Get it. Not yet, but when you get it.
Oh, God. Here y'all go.
There are the things that you do for your children. So I can respect Mr. Lowery wanting to do that to support his son.
Hold on. Before we get it, speaking of this, so You and Gina got some money hidden away somewhere.
Here y'all going
that we don't know about.
I mean, what's
you thought I was just gonna forget about that?
Yeah, I thought you was gonna.
No, I wasn't gonna forget about that. So y'all got some money sitting somewhere. Gina.
I mean, what's happening?
Gina.
Let me hold something.
Let me hold something real quick.
Let me hold something.
I can use about $1 million or $2 million. Let me hold that real quick.
Pocket's tight right now.
I give back to you.
I'm giving up my money away for this house. Pocket's tight right now. Let me
real
hold
tight.
something.
Man, that's my sugar mama, man.
Let me hold something. I tell you what, man. I got a couple of entry tickets to Cash Explosion, man. You know, I had to go ahead and enter them joints, man. See what's gonna happen, man. You know.
And look.
Hey, let's go, man. Let's go.
Any way you can get it.
Any way you can get the cash, man.
Can get it.
Let's go. So no, I really appreciate Johnanthony, man, coming on and anytime we've had him on a couple of times. And anytime, you know, we ask him, he's very accommodating, man. He comes on, he chops it up with us. So I appreciate that. But I appreciate his transparency. Him, Nasir Rashid, kids like that. Again, Jordan, you know, the young man from Central Catholic,
Matthew Getson?
Getson. Sorry, I couldn't remember his last name. Not Central Catholic, JFK. Central.
Bruh.
My bad.
Bruh.
I thought it was Central Catholic. Matthew Getson.
I mean,
Those were some really good interviews.
Just disrespectful.
Sorry. Way up from me. So I appreciate that. I appreciate it. So no, I mean, so going back to the NFL draft for a minute. A weird story, not a weird story, but a tragic story came out this morning.
This morning, yeah.
Corey Ballantyne, a 6th-round pick of the Giants, was shot, and his teammate was shot and killed. I believe Corey Ballantyne was shot. He was injured at the league, so I believe he was shot. Yeah. So he was shot. His teammate was shot and killed this morning. I don't know if it was like a riot. I don't know what happened.
I don't know. I keep waiting for the update on the story to see exactly what happened.
I mean,
they're just giving information about what happened right now, but you go from getting drafted
to getting shot.
I
mean, I'm just, hey, man.
Man, these people put these guns down, man. This gunplay ain't for play. I honestly believe these young people out here think this is like a video game. Or you must really not care about life. I was thinking about that on my way here. Like, what does it feel like not to care about not only your own life, but not to value life at all?
Yep.
That you just running around here with guns like this the Wild Wild West or something. I don't get it.
They don't care. You said it, but they don't care.
I can't even imagine what it feels like to feel like that. Like, that's just.
I don't get it either. Man. But I hope, you know, I don't want to say that because I hate people say that. But, you know, my condolences go out to the family of the young man that was killed. And, you know, I don't know, man. This is going to be a wash for Ballantyne this season. Now he got shot.
I mean, I don't know about the season, but they definitely said it wasn't anything critical. He'll be all right.
He'll be all right.
I don't know what it's going to be, you know, for the season. But, you know, the season is.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
What, 4 or 5 months?
4 months away, about 4 or 5 months away. Yeah. So yeah, from he'll be all right. I guess.
Speaking of being 4 months away, Cleveland. It was voluntary.
Nah, B.
Oh my God.
Chill out.
Nah, B.
It was voluntary.
I mean, you trying to get on the same page as Baker or no? That's what I want to know.
It was voluntary.
We all know.
Relax.
Voluntary don't mean voluntary.
But Juice didn't show up,
man.
Okay,
Come on.
Then what's the problem with Juice too?
I don't. It's voluntary.
OBJ, OBJ, you trying to get on the same page as Baker or not?
You don't think these guys is out in L.A. working out together?
Okay.
I don't know what OBJ is doing.
Here's to me, and I'm usually not this guy. To me, it's a bad look because everybody is watching y'all. The spotlight is on the Cleveland Browns for the first time in probably ever. The spotlight is squarely on the Cleveland Browns, and it's hot.
And here's what I say to
it's a bad look.
And here's what I say to everybody that says that. Who the hell did y'all think we was getting?
Right.
Y'all thought all of a sudden, this is the same person that was caught on camera with what looked to be a hooker and cocaine. Who did y'all think y'all was getting?
It's y'all boy, though.
Did y'all think he was just going to come in here buttoned up, suit and tie? He was going to show up with his little lunch pail.
I think, but I think if you want to shed that perception of you kind of being aloof,
I don't think he cares.
He ain't gonna change.
I don't think he cares. That's the problem. I don't think
he
cares.
Care.
Okay.
Okay, I'll take that back. No, you're right. He does not care. He does not care about I think he believes as long as he does not get into some sort of ridiculous amount of Tyreek Hill type of trouble.
Oh, that situation.
Tyreek.
That's.
And as long as he's performing on the field and he's not pulling a la Randy Moss of the Oakland Raiders, Randy Moss, I believe he feels he should be able to do whatever he wants. And to be honest, I'm just like,
Okay.
I knew what I was getting when I was getting him.
Listen,
So when he didn't show up, I was just like, okay, well, what did y'all expect? Did y'all really thought he was going to show up for 3 days that he didn't need to show up for? Come on, man.
If John Dorsey isn't worried about it or Freddie Kitchen isn't worried about it, okay, let it ride.
I don't think they would tell us if they were worried about it.
They would be like, oh, yeah.
It's so nonchalant about it.
Honestly, how John Dorsey is, John Dorsey is so close to the vest. John Dorsey could have literally called OBJ, cussed him out, and then came into the press room and told y'all, yeah, I ain't worried about it. It's all right.
They're not going to come out and say they're worried about it.
So I don't know if they're worried about it or
Freddie Kitchen said exactly what I expected him to say. No, I'm not worried. It's okay. It's not a big deal. But
I don't think OBJ would be worried if they were worried.
Me either.
And to be honest with you, I'm pretty sure they probably are worried. I mean, their first year together, they went through Josh Gordon.
Are you trying to get on the same page as Baker or no? I mean, I know it's voluntary. To me, it's the optics don't look good. That's just me. It's not a good look for you to not be involuntary.
Way out of proportion, man.
It's not a good look. It's not a good look.
And I can understand that. I can understand where y'all coming from with that. To be honest with you, it's not a good look. But I'm
usually not that guy.
But you know what? I expected it. I expected this.
He's not the only one, but it's Odell Beckham. Like I said, get used to this, okay?
Yes.
Both of you get used to this.
Yes, I know.
The spotlight is completely on the Cleveland Browns. It is on you, and it's hot.
We like it. This is how we like it.
But this kind of stuff comes from the spotlight. Now, people probably are blown out of proportion. To me, it doesn't look good, but Now
Baker going back and forth with reporters on Twitter and everything. Let's go.
Baker, see, here's my thing. Come on, Baker, don't.
Baker don't play. Baker ain't got.
He don't give a damn either.
Baker responds to people. You know what's crazy? I think it's just this generation. These people take the time to respond to these people, to reporters, to Twitter followers, to all of these people. I'm from the notion of like, okay, well, I'm going to read this and I'm going to move on. Like, you don't matter. No, I think it's something within this generation that these people actually take the time. You see KD is on Twitter killing everybody every once in a while and everything. It's just something about this generation of player.
I
gotta get used to it. We gotta get used to it.
Yeah, you gotta get used to it. So we'll see. All right, man. We're gonna take a break. When we come back, we're talking to Hassan Kazmi from the athleteshub.org. We'll talk some NBA playoffs.
Yes.
Talk some NFL drafts. We'll get to all that. So we'll come back. We'll talk to Hassan. You gotta take us out.
All right, the name of the song is called Perks by Chucky Beats. This is the Quad Brothers Sports Show on One Unit Media Network.
Yep. back to the show. Hassan Kazmi here in just a few minutes. I'm excited to talk to Hassan, man. Talk some NBA playoffs, see what's going on. I got some questions, man. I got questions.
Man, the NBA playoffs, except for this, I'm so glad the second round started because the first round was terrible.
Wait, hold up.
Oh, you want to talk about Dame? All right.
No.
What you want to talk about?
Eli.
Oh God.
We talking about
you see Novi? See Novi at all? Just asking. Have you seen Ovi?
Oh God,
no?
Man! I thought you would forgot. Man.
No,
because the Hurricanes won today.
He bowed out of that first round.
Mm-hmm.
That's all right.
The GOAT.
I mean, goats. They fall
the GOAT.
sometimes. Where's Sydney at?
That would never happen to Gretzky.
See, it already has his rings. He bowed out.
Right, okay.
He repeated.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Wasn't the GOAT supposed to repeat as well? Wasn't the GOAT supposed to repeat as well?
Next year.
Back. Gretzky that wouldn't happen to Gretzky. I have to conceive Gretzky ever went out in the first round. I'd have to look and check that out and see. I just know when in the 80s when Gretzky was at Edmonton, wasn't no first round exits.
No, that was straight cups.
Straight championships, homie. That's how you do it at Ovi. Hey, speaking of, shout out to the Blue Jackets, man. Went in there.
Man, they got that game too, man.
Mm-hmm. And in the first round, they swept the best team in the league. Swept them boys.
It was a fluke.
Get out of here, Tampa.
It ain't no fluke. They just went into Boston and got a split. That's
Sweeping
not
the
a
best
fluke.
team in the league is not a fluke. That's not a fluke.
Yeah, okay.
So how you hate on Columbus, man? That should be who you should be cheering
They're not
for.
even in the Eastern Conference. They're in the Western Conference now. They're not even in the Eastern Conference.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't get mad at the Blue Jackets because Ovi got bounced and the Blue Jackets swept the best team
does
in the
the
playoffs.
Blue Jackets have a ring, sir?
They don't.
They do not.
Okay. All
They
right.
don't. But they've only been around since 2002, something like that.
Yeah, okay.
They've been around for a little bit. I know Ovi won't get one this year.
That's okay. It's
Carolina
right.
was like, "Nah, B,
Get on up out of
step
here.
up out of here." Can I just? I'm gonna just switch gears totally right now. I'm totally switching gears. Have you? When you guys go to McDonald's, right?
Oh boy.
And you ask for the buttermilk crispy tenders.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone now twice in 3 days, and each time I go, they say we don't have tenders right now. Then why the hell is it on your sign? Why is it on this? Why is it on the menu? And how do you not have tenders? Where are they? It's on your sign. Where are they?
Those be the people that don't want to drop the tenders for you.
They like we don't have tenders right now. What?
Go to Wendy's, man. Wendy's got good tenders.
Nah, the buttermilk joints. I gotta get back on my eating, man. I've been slipping with this whole month, man, with everything with my mother and this house and traveling back and forth to Canton. I've been slipping on my eating, man. I actually gained a couple of pounds, so I gotta get back off. I gotta get back down. But the chicken tender, it's good. It's chicken. It's protein. I can eat it. But I go there and they don't have any. How do you not? Where are they? Where are the tenders? And how are you not ordering enough for the whole day? That's what I want to know.
I'm telling you, this is just the people that just be lazy. I
went there today. Let me get a 4-piece tender.
Machine. Just like the
ice cream machine or the latte machine. Our latte, because I get the sugar-free lattes, the sugar-free French vanilla latte. That's my joint right there. Although Speedway has the same thing, and it's delicious.
Man, Speedway's lattes go hard, man.
Man, delicious. And Phil, you got the snickerdoodle cookies from the
oh my God, bruh.
The complete. Man, listen. If you haven't, it's called the complete cookie. Lenny and Larry's complete cookie.
What is it, like vegan?
It's vegan.
It's vegan, bruh.
No dairy, no soy, non-GMO. It's vegan.
18 grams of protein.
Now, I will say this: they are big cookies, and it's like 400 calories in one cookie.
200.
200 calories in one cookie. Sorry.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Is it 200 for a half? I think it's 200 for a half. Yeah,
it might be 4.
Mm-hmm.
But the snickerdoodle ones, banging.
Oh my God, yeah.
They got snickerdoodle, chocolate chip, chocolate peanut butter chip, double chocolate, birthday cake, and I think one more flavor. Yeah.
Really?
Man, that
snickerdoodle.
Snickerdoodle goes hard.
Son, I'm just telling you. You want an alternative to cookies, to regular cookies?
I do.
It's called the complete cookie. You can get a box of 4. They're big cookies. You can get a box of 4 at Walmart for like $7 and some change. Or they got them at Speedway. They sell individual ones at Speedway. They sell individual at Walmart too, but if you just stop at a Speedway.
You know the store you really need to go, like if you really trying to do like the vegan diet, Aldi. Aldi has a great selection.
Aldi's has really come up, man.
Yeah,
I don't,
man.
From back in the day.
I was about to say, because all these back in the day
You
was
walk
something else.
You walked Aldi back in the day, you like, this some bull right here. Now you walk in Aldi's, you're like, what? This is Aldi's?
Bruh, I remember all these from back in the day.
Aldi's and Save-A-Lot was neck and neck. Now Aldi's
was below Save-A-Lot.
Yeah,
Aldi's was terrible back when I was a little kid, man.
Them
cereal they used to have. Oh my God, the little. Now you still need the quarter and everything, but I remember back in the day, I swear I thought the quarters was, Aldi's was in the hood. Yeah. I don't know when Aldi's went and got to the suburbs and everything, but Aldi's was in the hood. Aldi's was a hood store.
It's crazy. And so, I'm saying I would go to McDonald's and I'm like, where I want a 4-piece. All I want is a 4-piece. Y'all ain't got you ain't got no tenders, none.
If you really want some good tenders, go to Raising Cane's.
I have gone to Raising Cane's. I went there when I went down to my mom's house. Me and my sister and my nephew, they got one out in Bellin Village because they don't have one by where I live. I went to Raising Cane's. Raising Cane's is good, dude. Oh my goodness, and they big too. I had a sandwich. I had a chicken tender sandwich. Mm-hmm. Yo,
never had it.
Phil,
it's one out in Strongsville too.
Is there?
Yeah.
Raising Cane's is good, son. No, you need to go. Yeah, big chicken tenders too, big ones. Cause I like to do that. If I don't want to get a burger or something like that, I eat chicken because I'm trying to. I can eat a burger, but it'd be better for me to eat chicken.
Now Burger King came out with this thing, the Impossible Burger, like the vegan burger. It was good, man. I had it. It was pretty good.
I don't think I'm ready for a vegan burger yet.
I am not trusting Burger King.
Not with a vegan burger. No, I'm not ready for that yet.
They good.
I like the vegan cookie.
They're good. They really are. They really are.
Okay.
I eat the black bean burgers.
I'm trying so wholeheartedly not to eat as much meat as I used to. It actually works. I have more energy. I done lost about a good 5 pounds in a week. It amazes me.
I go to when I'm at work because we haven't really been cooking anything because we're trying to we packing up.
Are y'all moving?
We're supposed to move on a Thursday. Thanks. Yeah, I don't. It's a long story. It's a long story.
So I guess y'all don't need no help then, because you're moving on a Thursday.
Yeah, well, we have movers. Thank God.
So
we have movers.
Round of applause, because y'all smart. Thank you.
Listen,
thank you, Jesus.
Thank
you, Lord.
I was looking to possibly enlist my nephews. Because one nephew is 22, the other one is like 21. So I'm like, hey, yo, young boys, young bucks.
Need a couple dollars.
Come help your uncle out. But no, we got 2 men in the truck, man. 2 men in the truck gonna handle it for us. So
that is what's up,
man.
So basically, what's gonna happen is we're moving out of this house, moving into this new house. This whole thing has been so jacked up, and it's a whole backstory to it. Just know that it's been jacked up until about now. It's been jacked up. But we finally cleared the last hurdle, so we're supposed to get the keys on Tuesday. And then what we're going to start doing is just taking stuff over there. My father-in-law maybe will be able to get like a box truck from his job, and we can use it Wednesday night to pack boxes and like the washer and dryer, and stuff like that in there, and take as much stuff over to the house as we can. That way, when the movers come, they don't have that much to take. And if they don't have that much to take, then it costs us money. See where I'm going with this? So, we're but I was like, yeah, no, I'm done moving. Like me, I'm old. You know what I mean? So it's just the home buying process is super frustrating, and. So we had a setback. The last setback we had came with the paperwork that didn't get filed, and the bank needed to see more stuff. Man, my wife was heated. I have not seen this woman that mad in a long time. I mean, a long time. I mean, mad to the point where she's like, I'm just going to go to the bedroom and sit on the bed and watch TV because I'm that mad that I don't really want to be around anybody right now. And you know what I said?
Cool. I'm going to go this way.
Do you. I'll be down here watching the draft. Do you. When she's like that, I want to see that a couple times, man, in 15 years. If she's like that, yeah, go ahead and do you. Be mad away from me because I don't really want to see
Take
that.
all the kids.
Yeah.
I'm mad.
Yeah. No, you can't. No, you can't go upstairs. No, you can't. No. Stay down here. Because they don't tell them what's going to happen if you go upstairs. Stay down here. But it's just, we got a house full of boxes and stuff, man. So, yeah, it's a little bit frustrating. But, yeah, we are moving.
So, I'm sitting here looking. I can't find it, but it looks like the only time that Gretzky went out in the first round was his first year in Edmonton. It looks like they only played 3 games. So, yeah, he might have got bounced in the first round. Okay. But other than that,
he's still the GOAT.
Yeah, we
Wayne Gretzky. I would take Wayne Gretzky in his prime over Ovechkin 15 times out of 15 times. See, here's the problem, Eli. You too young to know Wayne Gretzky in his prime. I'm not.
I'm too young, but I know.
I would take Wayne Gretzky 15 times out of 15 times over Ovechkin. I'll tell you, anybody that's a fan of hockey, there is nobody that I could think of that's a fan of hockey.
Boston fans.
Maybe.
They'll take Bobby Orr over Wayne Gretzky every day.
Capitals fans would take Wayne Gretzky in his prime.
Red Wings fans?
Steve Yzerman.
No, they know.
Brett Hull.
Not over Wayne Gretzky. I'm
talking
about in their prime, not over Wayne Gretzky.
Penguins fans.
Lemieux?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard from Penguin fans and from Boston fans they would take Orr and Lemieux over Gretzky.
Bobby Orr was really special. Bobby Orr was really special.
But it's only those fans though.
That's tough though. Lemieux was Lemieux was a beast too. In his prime, yeah, Lemieux was a beast. That's a good one. Lemieux or Gretzky in their prime.
I'm still saying
I'm taking Wayne.
I'm sitting here looking at all these stats, and it's not even just the stats he won too. I'm just like, this man has literally 40 regular season records, most goals. The list is too long.
What you got, Ovi?
This man had 92 goals in a season.
Ovi, what you got? 92 goals in a season. What you got, Ovi?
In one season. How do you score 92 goals in one season?
Ovi, what you got? That's what he got right there. Silence. Even silence from Eli Grant. See? What you got, Ovi? 92 goals in a season. Wayne Gretzky.
4 goals in one period.
GOAT.
174 assists.
GOAT, man. GOAT, man. Yeah, that's him. Ain't that what I'm saying? GOAT, man. GOAT, man. That's him.
215 points during the season. That's crazy.
Come on, bro. I'm just saying. It's okay, Ovi. You got
his one.
You got your little ring.
Got his one.
Had that.
Ain't even got past Sid the Kid yet.
Nope. Yeah, see, he died Sydney this time.
No, Sydney got bounced.
Oh, that's right. Sydney did get bounced.
Sydney got bounced.
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna lie. Those Islanders, they handled Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
They handled them.
It's good to see the Islanders back like that, man. Because for a minute there, the Islanders was
they were
a squad.
trash.
In the 70s, the Islanders was a squad.
Yeah.
They were the squad in the 70s. So it's good to see the Islanders back in. You all right? What's going on over there?
Hello?
Oh, okay.
You all right? Oh, okay.
So, I don't know. Well, Hassan may be calling, may not. I don't know. I'll reach out to him. We'll see if he calls in. So, Kawhi had 45. 45 in the Raptors game 1.
Well, get used to it. I wouldn't say get used to it, Toronto, because he's going to be bolting next year. You know.
Can we just skip to Toronto, Boston, Eastern Conference Finals right now?
You don't want to see Milwaukee?
I don't want to see Milwaukee. I don't want to see Milwaukee. I think, honestly, and here's the thing, and I have not watched him all season, and maybe he will prove me wrong, but I feel like Giannis is LeBron back in the day.
07.
When, you would tear through the regular season and you would just dominate. But when people have time to strategize for you in a 7-game series, you guys remember how Detroit was for us, how how hard it was for LeBron to get to the hole, how frustrated he was. I feel like this is going to be Giannis's learning moment right here. Before we crown him the king of the Eastern Conference, I feel like Brad Stevens is going to kind of humble a little bit. Now, Budenholzer's a good coach, so he may come up with a strategy to counteract this. But right now, the way it looks, Giannis might be shooting 5 for 22, 7 for 22 every game, getting to the free throw, trying, scrapping for his points right now.
Jordan had to go through the Pistons.
This kid has no help at all. Has no help.
Well, his help didn't show up today. That was the problem. He got help. They just didn't show up today. I think their backcourt got outscored by like 30-something points.
It's a rite of passage.
Bledsoe had like 9 points or something. It was terrible.
Jordan had to go through the Pistons. LeBron had to go through the Pistons to get to the finals.
So now I just really want to see the Celtics versus the Warriors. I feel like in my mind the Celtics would be the best to give the Warriors a run for their money. Because as much as everybody wants to pull on the Rockets and everything, and again, I don't trust James Harden. James Harden, once again, was kind of quiet during the fourth quarter, coming down the stretch. I don't trust – CP3 needs to learn how to control his emotions, because if you're going to go ahead and get 2 technicals and get thrown out at the end of the game, that's not going to help anything.
Not at all.
And the one thing that I noticed, the Rockets have absolutely no answer for Kevin Durant. No answer whatsoever. Steph today had an average game. Klay had an average game today. KD, literally, every time KD touched the ball, it was a mismatch. It didn't matter who they put on this dude. I can't remember. I don't know what he went for. I know it had to be at least 30 he went for today. But he went for 50 the other night. KD is on a mission right now. So I don't think that anybody in the Western Conference is going to stop the Golden State Warriors from getting to the finals.
I'll tell you another man who's on a mission in Western Finals. Dame Dollar.
Dame time. I know. Did y'all see? I know it was late. But did y'all see the shot at least?
I did.
Please tell me y'all saw the shot. Oh my God. Okay. So number one, and let's get this out the way. Russell Westbrook might just be the equivalent to this generation's Allen Iverson. Like, you going to get to the finals one time, and in the rest of your career, you might be this prolific scoring athlete, but you are not going to lead your team with the way that you play. And you're so hard-headed right now that you may not want to change the way that you play the game of basketball, which is fine. You know, if you want the accolades, the MVPs, the triple-doubles, whatever. He came down, that final sequence, he came down, and he basically drove to the hole, and just it was an awful shot. And Dame got the ball, and I already knew what it was. Like, he sat there and just started dribbling. I'm looking at Paul George like, you not gonna pull up on, you not gonna move up a little bit? Because he get ready to pull up. I don't know where you think he going, but he's about to pull up from 30. And for about 7 seconds.
37 to be exact.
Dame just stood there and just looked at Paul George. And mind you, he hit him with the little sidestep. He hit the 3. That wave that he gave OKC was the most hilarious thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
That's what happens. See, sometimes Oklahoma City, man,
they talk too much.
You talk too much.
Ain't never Westbrook.
Put some respect on Dame. Here's Damian Lillard to me. You know what I like about Damian Lillard. Obviously, and look, I don't really knock anybody if you want to go play with somebody else. I certainly, at least now that I look back on it and how good it was for him and for the city of Cleveland, I don't knock LeBron for going to Miami. He had to go to Miami. I don't knock, I guess, not too much Kevin Durant, but there's different circumstances around Kevin Durant, but it is what it is. So I'm not going to knock players for teaming up because that's just the NBA nowadays. I respect the hell out of Damian Lillard for saying, nope, I'm going to stay here in Portland, and I'm going to make it happen here in Portland. I'm going to either make it happen here in Portland or I'm going to try my best to make it happen here in Portland. If it don't happen, it don't happen. I respect that from Damian Lillard immensely. He can go anywhere he wants to. He's a bona fide star in this league. But see, this is what happens when you start chirping and talking to somebody like Dame because you think because Dame don't run around puffing his chest out and doing all that talking and all that woofing that he's soft and he won't.
He's a silent assassin.
Dame is the quietest. Throughout the entire game, he was on fire, but there was no emotion from him. There was no yelling. There was no chest bumping, no rocking the baby like Russ did. There was no nothing. Dame was just hitting shots, going about his business. Even when they were down, I believe they were down 12 with like 4 minutes to go, which is crazy because they could have just closed the game out. Dame led him on a comeback, and he was just emotionless about it.
Real quick, just a side note, Hassan will not be joining us tonight. Seems like he had an accident on his way back. He was coming home to call and had an accident on his motorcycle.
Oh, that's messed up.
Fell off the bike on his way to the ER right now. So, but at least he was the one that messaged me. So he's not. Yeah. It's bad, but it's not life threatening because he was the one that messaged me. Let me know. Yeah. So we'll do another day, man. It's no doubt. It's a good dude, man. And Phil was saying, and I've read some of his articles too. Great articles, man, on the athleteshub.org. So yeah, we'll catch us on another day. No problem. But no, look, man. Ooh, road rash. Yeah, that ain't good.
Oh, no.
No, that ain't good. So, to me, that makes me want to pull for Damian Lillard even more.
They can get to the Western Conference Finals.
Mm-hmm.
They can get there. They might even get a game or two in the Western Conference Finals.
I'm not buying his jersey because as soon as I do, he'll go somewhere else. I want to buy a jersey. I'll buy a C.J. McCollum jersey though.
Let me just say
going
this.
Anywhere.
Let me just say this on C.J. McCollum. I apologize.
Yeah.
Lord Jesus.
I apologize, young man. I really do, man. Because
Take a sip of my Gatorade.
He a baller, man. He a
3-3-0 in the building.
We told you this.
I know.
We told you this
know.
about
you know me
ago.
for what? 4 years, man.
3-3-0. Canton, Ohio, Hall of Fame City, Glen Oak High School.
What you talking about?
Stand up.
You didn't see him in college?
Man.
Like what?
Stand up.
What's going on? What's happening?
Canton in the building. Stand up.
He a baller, man.
Yeah, hey, man.
And I'm a fan now.
See? CJ, do your thing, bro.
But I'm a bigger fan of Damian Lillard, man.
Absolutely.
Dame Lillard, to me, has moved himself past Russell Westbrook.
That shot was so
and
smooth.
is now in the discussion with Kyrie.
But now I will say this, though. Just like I didn't like it with LeBron, I hate the piling on of Russell Westbrook. Dudes like Colin Cowherd. What is Colin Cowherd's beef with Russell Westbrook, man?
Colin Cowherd does nothing but do anything for clickbait. That's all he's doing.
What?
That's all he's doing.
This dude seriously said that Russell Westbrook is not a top 12 player in the league. Are you crazy?
You know what?
Russ is top 5. Sorry, he is.
Let him keep saying that, man. I think that fuels Damian's fire. I don't even think Damian Lillard is even listening to this.
I'm talking about Russ now. Colin Cowherd said Russell Westbrook is not a top 12 player in the league. So he's saying there are 12 players in the league better than Russell Westbrook.
12 players better than Russell Westbrook.
In my book, Russ is top 5. I know he's taking a lot of shots, but Russ is top 5 in my book. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Okay.
I don't know about that either, kid.
If he ain't top 5, he just outside that top 5.
He's outside.
He might be 6 if he ain't top 5.
He ain't getting in.
You can make the argument of top 5. You can certainly make the argument.
You can make the argument,
right?
And it'll be a compelling argument too.
But I'm going KD number 1. Yes, I said it. Sorry. Bron 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I said it. I'm
Keep
sorry.
Definitely.
Keep on
Definitely.
going.
Steph 3. I'm taking Kyrie 4. And then number 5.
Giannis?
I want to.
Kawhi?
And see, that's where you know.
Russ?
Oh, I'm sorry. Harden. I'm tripping.
Harden.
I'm tripping.
Yeah.
But see,
I forgot.
Aren't Harden and Westbrook almost like the same type of player?
No,
not
even close.
I mean,
Westbrook can't hit threes. He ain't got no jump shot at all.
Now, when it comes down to the fourth quarter meltdowns, yeah, they the same player. Yeah, they'll do that together.
I mean, volume shooters. They score a lot of points. Neither one of them played really defense that well. I don't know.
I think maybe if you want to, yeah, because you might be able to say that because both of their flaws kind of take them out of that top echelon discussion for me. Whereas with Westbrook, he doesn't seem to have a flow for the game. It seems like that you can bait him into going one-on-one situations, and he seems to value his triple-double maybe more than what he needs to do to get his team to win. And then you have Harden, which, again, I don't know what Harden's deal is when it comes down to the postseason. He wasn't consistent. The 4 games that they played, who did they play in the first round? That's so bad. I don't even remember who they played in the first. Was it Utah? I believe it was Utah.
Who's that?
It was Utah. The Hugh Rockets played in the first round. He wasn't really that consistent then. And then today, he just looked a little off. And when the Rockets got that close to Golden State like they did last year, I'm waiting for him, to take over the game, get to the hole, do something. And he's just so timid about it. I'm just like, why? You can get to the hole at any point. You are literally unguardable. But he just when it comes down to crunch time, he's not aggressive about it.
Let me ask a different question away from the playoffs, because it just popped into my head. And I was just thinking about it. Is it over for LeBron?
Yes. It's over.
Turn off the lights. The party's over.
I don't think it is. I don't want it to be. Probably because I don't want it to be.
No one wants to come to LA.
Don't want it to be, but like Eli said, that place is such a mess.
But now we got a little bit of clarity as to why Magic quit. Because Jeannie Buss and Pelinka was
ganging up on.
They was going back and forth with emails, and somebody CC Magic in the email or something like that.
Blind CC.
Hey, man.
Somebody pulled his coattail.
So here's the thing. First of all, rest in peace, Dr. Jerry Buss. I love you. You are the reason why the Lakers are the Lakers. But your kids are garbage. They are terrible. The
Lakers have made the playoffs in 7 years.
Jeannie seems to hold this whole thing of keeping the Laker family involved in this whole thing, which is why Magic got the job that he wasn't qualified to do in the first place, even though I love Magic Johnson. Rob Pelinka is not qualified to be a general manager or anything. He was an agent. How do you make an agent ahead of your talent evaluate? That makes absolutely no sense.
Sashi Brown, paging Sashi Brown. If you want Magic Johnson to build your brand,
that's fine.
He's perfect. If you want him to run your team,
the person they need to run their team literally sits in the same building down the hall in an office as a consultant somebody. Jerry West is one of the greatest Lakers of all time. Yep. Why don't you go hire Jerry West?
Golden State Warriors? I mean,
he's literally building the Clippers. The Clippers are going to be a contender next year because I believe the Clippers are going to get Kawhi Leonard next year, and it's going to be a problem.
And they just extended Doc Rivers.
But wasn't Jerry West part of the Golden State Warriors front office?
For a minute, I think he was.
I believe so, yes.
Okay. That might have been in the Mark Jackson era. He was there.
So
I'm just saying.
Yes.
I don't want it to be. I don't want it to be over for LeBron.
I don't either. I think he's going to come back next year. He's going to have a fantastic season. I don't believe they're going to get any of the marquee free agents. I don't believe Kevin Durant's definitely not coming there. Klay Thompson's not going anywhere.
You don't think Kyrie come there?
I want to say 50-50 for Kyrie, but if Kyrie and Kevin Durant are on this buddy-buddy thing and they both want to go to New York, which I think is a terrible idea for both of them, but I can see him doing that. The only saving grace is the two people that I think is either Kemba Walker or Kyrie Irving.
Let me tell you this right now. If the Knicks get Zion, KD and Kyrie are going to New York. That's just if the Knicks get Zion, that's happening.
Yeah.
You can book it.
Could you imagine Kyrie with Zion? The pick and roll situation with
that.
That.
Ridiculous.
And then if you have somehow, some way covered them both for the pick and roll, somehow we can kick it out to KD. That's nasty.
The Knicks will definitely be back, and then you have
James Dolan
you have a nice rivalry there with the Knicks and Brooklyn.
Oh, that'd be nasty. But if that happens, and it's so sad because number one, before we go, LeBron's career really should end here. It really should. I can't have him on a farewell tour in a Laker jersey with everybody giving him the golf clap when he passes Jordan.
They don't
I can't have that.
They don't love you like we do, man. All right, man, let's take a break. We'll come back. Last half hour of the show, we're freestyling. You know how we do. We might talk some more draft.
Can we talk Avengers spoilers?
No, we cannot do that.
Oh, my God.
Last time the Lakers made the playoffs, this show did not exist. That's all I'm saying. All right, Eli, take us out.
Name of the song called West Coast by Tricky Beats. This is the Quad Brothers Sports Show on One Unit Media Network.
Yep.
Robin West. Robin Wesley Productions.
Phil, you need that in your life, man. Let me tell you something right now. If you a fan of hip-hop music, real hip-hop music, just whether you got Spotify or Apple Music like I do, Amazon Music, don't listen to Eli Robinson. Pete Rock just put out a new instrumental CD. He said he got some unreleased joints that he did with Heavy D. Oh, please release those, Pete. Please. I need some new Pete Rock. Come on, you're not gonna disrespect Heavy D now. Come on now.
No, I like Heavy D.
He said he got some unreleased joints that he did with Heavy D. I need to hear those, Pete. Pete, go ahead and release them, bro. I know it's gonna be logistics and legal stuff because Heavy is gone now and da 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 da. But this instrumental album that he just put out is called Return to the SP1200. I mean, this is just.
I'm downloading it right now. As
oh
we speak.
My gosh. Oh man, honestly, man, when we go on vacation, this album's gonna get at least 2-3 spaces. We gotta drive all the way through. So the plan was, well, I can't really put it out there. I'll do that off the air. I'll tell you why we gotta drive all the way through because I can't really put it out there. Not yet, anyway.
Okay.
But yeah, so we're gonna have to drive all the way through from Cleveland to the Outer Banks overnight to probably get there in the morning sometime.
Wow. Good luck.
Yeah. Ooh. We when a couple years ago the last time we went, Heather started a new job. My wife started a new job, and the job was starting when we had to leave like a day early and come back, and we had to drive through the night to get from the Outer Banks to Cleveland. She was starting out at Madison. She was starting out there, and we had to drive through the night to get back because the time we took our vacation was late August, early to mid August. And that's when she was starting a new job, so we had to leave. It's not fun.
Man, road trips, they aren't fun. Like, they fun in the beginning when you like, woo, I'm on the road, and then by the middle of it, you just like, oh my God, I'm ready to get here.
I'm ready to get there.
This is ridiculous.
We went to the Outer Banks one time. We got there on a Saturday, but we got there when everybody else was getting there. Oh my God, man. The traffic was horrendous.
No,
I was in that van like, yo. If we don't get to this house in like the next 15 minutes, I'm taking a leak in somebody's front yard behind a bush or something because I can't wait much longer. That's how crucial it was.
It gets bad. It gets bad because I remember that, man.
I love the Outer Banks though.
The last year I'm going to Chicago. I'm going again in June.
That's like a 6-hour drive, man.
Man, I hit that in 4. I don't know what y'all be doing.
How fast you driving?
I don't know what y'all be doing. Yeah, y'all sound like my dad. So when I went there,
it take 3 to get to Detroit. You go to Chicago?
I went there. It took me about 5.5 because that was my first road trip by myself. I was doing the speed limit, man. On the way back, I was supposed to leave at 12, but I wanted to spend more time with my family, so I ain't end up leaving to Chicago until like 6 or 7. And it was summertime. And I was like, man, I need to get through Indiana before it get dark.
Damn straight.
I do not want to drive through Indiana while it's dark.
Just stay on that major freeway. Stay on 70.
So when I was on 70, I was doing about 90.
Do not deviate from 70.
The whole way.
Oh, real quick, man. Hey, like I put on my Facebook, hey, shout out to the state trooper, man, that didn't give me a ticket when he pulled me over. I was coming home from my mom's house, and I was going through Canton right past Belden Village, and I could have sworn that it was a construction zone. I could have sworn it was 60. It was 50. I was probably doing like 61, 62, and he pulled me over. I passed him, and as soon as I passed him, he came out. I'm like, oh, no. And he came and got behind me, threw the lights on. I'm like, damn it. So he pulled me over. He came to the passenger side. I'm waiting for him to come to the driver. He came to the passenger side. Yeah. I rolled the window down. I was calm. I was frustrated, but I was calm. And he said, sir, I put you over because you were speeding in the construction. I'm like, I thought it was 60. He said, no, it was 50. That sign back there said 50. I'm like, I know I'm good. When they say something like that, you're getting a ticket. I'm like, damn. I was like, all right. So he asked for my license, asked me for my insurance. Gave him that. I just sat there in the car. I didn't call the fuss. I didn't do nothing like that. And he came back like 2 minutes later. I was like, okay, sir, we just asked you to slow down the construction zone. I was like, that's it? He's like, yep. I shook his hand like, thank you, sir. And I was out. And I did 60 from Canton all the way to Cleveland. I was hitting 60. I wasn't going I got lucky that time. That's the last thing I needed was a ticket.
That is such an Ohio thing, man. Yeah. It is. Ohio State Patrol, Highway Patrol be on it. Man, when I get to other states, there is no police officers around.
The thing is, he was sitting right there. He wasn't like hidden. He was sitting. He was literally sitting on by where the middle, the barrier in the middle. Mm-hmm. He wasn't on the right shoulder. He was on the left-hand side. He was sitting right there. I saw his taillights, and for some reason, I don't know why I didn't let off. I don't know. My mind was probably somewhere else.
You knew you was doing the speed limit. I thought I was doing
right. Yeah, I went past him. As soon as I went past, he came out.
So you know those easy pass things you had to go through? Oh, okay. So my sister, we driving home from Chicago, whatnot, and this is way back, like 2008, 2009. My dad, mom, and Gina, we all in the van, whatnot. So we driving, and my sister flies through the easy pass thing. Now she don't have the easy pass thing on the.
Come on, Jennifer.
You definitely try to get it.
So she flies through these things. Bing, 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 bing. My mom, the car, the actual minivan was in my mom's name.
Got that letter in the mail.
Yeah, got the letter in the mail. Yep.
We got popped once of those. See, Florida does it. The way Florida does it, and I'm not sure why they do it this way, but the way Florida does it, they have it set up to where it's like they have these toll booths set up. Mm-hmm. But it's like, well, you could stop if you wanted to, but you don't really have to because we don't block the regular lane, so you can just drive right past it. So if you're not familiar with it, you just go past it. And then that's what we did. We went past them, and we got a letter in the mail. I mean, they had the picture of the van on the paper, license plate and everything. Mm-hmm. Popped as soon as we went past it. But they have it set up where you need to get off and go to the right and go through the booth, but you don't have to because the lanes are still open. But I guess they have this Sun Card, it's called. So if you had the Sun Card, you can just drive right past.
Here's my question: what happens if you don't pay those tickets? Like it's state patrol. Like what?
Stay out of Florida for a while,
right? Like
because if you come through, they're gonna pop you if you come through.
And I can't.
They're gonna come get you.
I can't believe it really took y'all 8 hours to drive to Chicago. It took y'all 8 hours to drive to Chicago.
6 hours.
I've only been to Chicago. Okay. I've only been to Chicago once, and that was with my dad a long time ago.
I was about to say.
In a truck.
I was going to say, how slow were y'all driving?
It take me 3 to get to Detroit, though. It take me 3 to get to Detroit.
I was flying. I'm sorry. I had to get through Indiana, and then I got to Ohio, and like you said, when you on the freeway or you traveling and that bladder problem kick in, boy, it ain't no joke.
My first time, actually driving back from Bowling Green to Cleveland on, holiday and whatnot. So I stay on 75. I get off at the Turnpike and whatnot. I grab the ticket. So it's a split between Chicago and Cleveland.
This fool went the wrong way.
I went the wrong way. My father, but you know what? I did. Eventually, I got back home. My father said, "You went the wrong way, didn't you, boy?"
I knew as soon as he said that, I was like, "This fool went the wrong way."
How about this? I remember once, man. We went to Sandusky. The family went to Cedar Point. So it was me and my sister and my mom and my cousin were in my car. I had my little Geo Metro.
Oh God,
right,
man,
a Geo Metro. That's how long ago it was. I had a little Geo Metro, and my brother and his wife were in her car. She drove a Chevy Chevette, and that thing was a piece of crap. And I don't know how they made it to Sandusky from Canton. I have no idea, but they made it. So on the way back, it was raining real hard. It was raining really hard. And I'm like, we're driving. They're supposed to be following us, and something happened, and we kind of got separated. And we tried to pull over and wait for him, but my brother was all stubborn. No, we ain't got to follow him, man. We got home. They ended up I don't even know how many miles from New York. I'm like, how'd you get that far without knowing you was lost? New York? You live in Canton, bro. You mean you drove past Canton, Pennsylvania?
Past Cleveland. They in Pennsylvania just cruising.
X amount of miles to New York. New York? How you pass Canton? I was like, all right. You should have seen. That's what you get. You should have waited. You should have followed me. You know what I did one time? And I don't know how I did it. I still know how I did it. So this is like 2000. And this is when MTV was still doing that "wanna be a VJ" thing. So I decided I was gonna go audition.
Okay.
So I got in my little Ford Escort, and I drove from Canton to Salisbury, North Carolina. But there was no GPS. I had to use a map.
Atlas?
I had to use a map.
Yeah.
I don't know how I did. I had to use a map to get there. But I got there, and I auditioned. I didn't make it, obviously. But I drove from Canton to Salisbury, North Carolina, and didn't use a map. And there's one point where I had to get off the freeway and drive down this road, and it was at night in North Carolina.
Nope.
Man, listen. It was dark out there, too. I'm like, man, I hope don't no lights pop. You know how the movies, the headlights come behind you, like,
what you doing down here, boy?
I don't see no crosses go up in flames. But, yeah, Canton to Salisbury. My dad was still a truck driver, so I borrowed his Atlas. And I drove, but then the whole state went on the page, so you had to go from one page to the next page.
That's why I'm glad I grew up in the area I grew up in.
Yeah,
because I ain't got time for none of that here. I thought it was bad when we had MapQuest and you had to follow the directions while you was driving. These fools had to open up an atlas.
Yep.
But let's plan here and don't get off there. Get off there, exit whatever.
Had a map there, and when I got to Salisbury, I stopped at the gas station, and the guy was like, "Are you here for the MTV thing, huh?" I was like, "Yep." He's like, "Just go." And he told me how to get to where they were having this old train station in Salisbury, North Carolina.
Yeah, make this turn right here, boy.
Bro, I got there, and I stood in line for 7 hours, I think.
Man.
No, it might have been more than that. It might have been 9 or 10 hours.
Was this when it first started, or?
Yeah, it was a bunch of people there, too. I was one of the first people in line, but there's a bunch of people there. There's a lot of people there. So...
I remember them days. So
I was young. I was single, man. I was just out there living, man. I was trying to get in. Even at that point, I was trying to get on. Man. Trying to make it happen.
That's crazy.
Canton, Ohio to Salisbury, North Carolina.
I'm still stuck on how your brother got to New York from Cedar Point.
I don't know.
At what point do you stop?
Did you not see the sign that say Pennsylvania welcomes you? Did you not see that?
You going east. And somehow you stopped going south to get to Canton. You continued to go east, and you didn't see the "Welcome to Pennsylvania" sign.
No, I'm even more flabbergasted that damn Chevette made it there and then made it back to Canton. No, man, that Chevette was terrible. You couldn't have paid me to ride in that car. That Chevette was horrible, and I have no idea how they made. I don't know how they made it from Canton to Cedar Point, let alone from Cedar Point to somewhere close to New York, back to Canton, Ohio. I don't even know how they did that in that Chevette.
Welcome to New York. Wait a minute, we done went too far now.
And then when they got home, I said, you should have followed me.
when they got home, did you go to sleep? They get home 6 hours later?
Yeah, I was like, yeah. I found out the next day that they had gotten close. I'm like, oh. Because, back then, there was just wasn't obviously no
cell
Facebook.
phone.
No. Well, it had pagers still then, but it was like, it was Facebook. There was no Facebook and no Twitter, none of that kind of stuff. There was no social media, nothing like that. So I just found out the next day. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Oh, he's close to New York, huh? All right. You should have followed, but he wanted to be, we ain't got to follow him. That's the word. That's from his wife. That's his ex-wife that she told me. We ain't got to follow him. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Hope you had a nice trip. Because we got home in like 2 hours or so.
Y'all got home in 12.
Yeah. I'm not sure how they did that. Not really sure how they did it at all. But I was like, yeah, okay, cool. So, yeah, man, Canton, Ohio to Salisbury, North Carolina with a map.
I'm not going to front. There is one
I did the same
drive.
thing. I did the same thing in Philly. I went to Philly with a map.
Oh, I was like, was this before?
This was when I was still single. I still had my escort. Cause I didn't get rid of that till I got married. So I drove to same thing. Used my dad's Atlas because he still had it. So I drove from Canton. So here's what the thing. This was my very first Eagles game. So this was in Veterans Stadium.
Ooh.
Right. So it was a Monday night game against the Giants. So I left. I don't know why I did, but I left that Sunday night. I left because it's like an 8-hour drive. So I left Sunday night for some reason. I think I was just so geeked to go, I just left. So I left Sunday night, drove through the night, got to a rest stop about 20 miles outside of Philly, and I slept in my car in the rest stop. I just took a towel and put it up over my windows and everything. Took a couple towels, put up my windows, and I slept in the car, and then I got up, went into the city. It was still, I don't know, 12, 1 o'clock. So the game ain't until 8 o'clock that night. Mm-hmm. So I got into the city, just drove around looking at the city. It's my first time in Philadelphia. I'd never been there before. I wanted to go past and see Veterans Stadium, so I did that. I went downtown. I did that. I went through Center City. I was just driving around the city. Then I made my way back to the rest stop, slept for a couple more hours, then went back down to the stadium. Paid my $20 to park, because it was still $20 even back then. Paid my $20 to park. Watched the game, and then drove home that night.
Oh, you tripping.
Oh, hell no.
You tripping.
I was young and had energy then. I could do it. I stopped, got some coffee, and I just drove through the night and made it back to Canton on that Tuesday.
My brother,
that's dedication. That's love.
No, that's craziness. That's fandom right there. That's fandom.
That's my love for the Birds, man. And they won that game too. That's when I sat next to the OG and I found out about I got clarity on the whole Santa Claus thing. That's when I found out my very first trip. Because I was like, he was an old guy. I'm like, you got to tell me, man, what's the deal with Santa Claus? That's all I hear is that they booed Santa Claus. Can you tell me? And he told me the story. And I'm like, oh, well, that ain't so bad. The story is that Santa Claus that was supposed to be there wasn't there. Santa Claus they got was some dude that was all disheveled and drunk, and so they booed him. Because the real Santa Claus didn't, for some reason, the Santa Claus that they had that's what's coming didn't show up.
So y'all got a drunken
so
Santa Claus.
They got a low budget Santa Claus, and we're not happy about it, and they let him have it. So that's in a nutshell, that's the whole booing Santa Claus story. And that was in the 60s, so y'all can really stop bringing that up. But yeah, the OG told me. I was like, oh, okay. But that was in Veterans Stadium. My only time going to the Vet. Which I loved the Vet. I loved Veterans Stadium. I remember Troy Vincent said it's like playing on painted concrete.
That's disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting. Who y'all tried to hurt out there?
But that was the advantage, though, because the Eagles players, they knew where all the seams were in the turf. They knew where all the seams were, all the little spots that you might get tripped up. They knew the Eagles players knew where all that was.
Hop over that right there. When you get to the 23rd yard line, go a little bit left, because if you go right, you're going to trip over something. You're going to fall.
The Eagles players knew that. Veterans Stadium was like, that's like gritty, grimy. Lincoln Financial Field is like, that's all right. It's like sterile. It's like the old Cleveland Municipal Stadium.
I heard Cleveland Municipal Stadium was garbage. I heard it was garbage.
I always say there are two stadiums that I went to when I heard the ownership saying we need a new stadium. There were two stadiums that I went to. I'm like, They really do. And that's Cleveland Municipal Stadium and the old Igloo in Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah.
I went to that place. I was like, holy, you know what? They do need a new stadium. This place is a dump. So those are the only two that I went to. Was like, yeah, they really do need a new stadium. But I did go to a game in the Dog Pound against the Oilers.
How was
this was
that?
probably 1995.
You know, the Dog Pound now is soft and quiet.
This was, no, it had to be earlier than 95, but it was against the Oilers. I know it was against the Oilers.
You know,
I wasn't a Browns fan, but I rooted for the Browns that day. When the Browns did something good, I was like, "Yay, go Browns!"
My grandfather was a season ticket holder for like 25 years, and he would always stay in the Dogtown. He always tell me stories, man. He said, "Man, they used to throw batteries and everything at players."
There's just something about those kind of stadiums. Like I always say, at Veterans Stadium, it's not like that at Lincoln Financial Field. At Veterans Stadium, if you went into that 700 level and had any other jersey on than the Philadelphia Eagles, you were doing so at your own risk. And whatever happened to you, happened to you.
It's your fault.
It's your fault. The 700 level was infamous for that. The 700 level is why they had the jail in the stadium. If you went into that section, especially if you was brave enough to go in there with a Dallas jersey on, oh my Lord. Any team you could get in trouble. But Dallas, I mean, okay, if you got a death wish, go ahead and make it happen.
Well, at least y'all calm down now. Y'all ain't as bad as
it ain't like that.
This ain't the Dodgers-Giants rivalry and everything.
It ain't like that now. Yeah, they're killing people out there, but the Eagles fans are the worst, right? So let me just switch gears real quick, because if he pans out to be what I think he can be, you guys might have Minifield and Dixon all over again with Greedy Williams and Denzel Ward. It might be that all over again. It's gonna
be a problem.
It might be that. If I think I really wanted the Eagles to take Greedy, I get why they took Andre Dillard, and I'm happy they took Dillard, and I think he'll learn this year from Jason Peters, and then he'll be there to protect Carson Wentz. So I get it, and I like the pick, but I really wanted Greedy Williams to be an Eagle.
Outstanding man coverage, you know what I mean? Man to man, we can have them locked down. The only issue
is tackling.
You don't like to tackle.
Deion didn't like to tackle either. Worked out for him.
But hey,
Deion was made like, I really got tackled. They don't ever come to my side. I don't have to tackle.
So if we can have those two shutdown corners, that defensive line.
If you can get Minifield and Dixon all over again, and you got Olivier Vernon.
And you got a solid linebacking core as well. Yeah, it's looking good, Kev. It's looking real good.
It is looking good.
I need 12-4, 13-3.
It better be that, or I'm clouding.
I need 12-4, 13-3.
Browns fan, do not come at me with 9-7. I'm not.
I don't want that. I don't want that.
I'm clowning. If it's 9-7, I'm just so you know. Just so you know, sir. If it's 9-7, I'm clowning.
I need double-digit wins.
There will be no passes given.
What did I say? 3 weeks ago? This team has to win at least double digits.
At least 10.
At least 10.
In this division.
They need to go, and I'll keep saying this, they need to go into New England and beat the Patriots. If they can go into New England and beat the Patriots,
that's when you know we've arrived.
They need to do that.
That would be a statement game.
It'd be nice if they could get a sweep on Pittsburgh or Baltimore this year too.
So I think we have a good chance. I mean, Titans, please, Marcus, regular Marcus, regular Marcus is going to be sacked at least a good 13 times that game. Regular Marcus, I can't wait the first game that Monday nighter, Browns Jets. Is this like what would this be 40 years or 50 years?
50.
Yeah, 50
going
years.
On 50, yeah, because 1970 was the first Monday night game, Browns.
So it'll be going on 50 years here. So that'll be good. I think we can win that game. Look, I'm going to let y'all know right now, I love y'all. I'm not going to be here September 22nd. Just let y'all know right now.
Home against the Rams.
If I can get to that Rams game.
You better get ready to pay up.
Oh, I already know.
It's the Rams.
I already know.
Yeah, you better get ready to pay up.
It's going to be a pretty penny. But if my boy is going to be here, because we're going to be down there tailgating from 5 o'clock in the morning until 8 o'clock at night.
You better be ready to pay up. And for any game you go to for the Browns, you
better
be ready to pay
the average ticket price jumped from 65 to 170 something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know about that game. I feel like that's a toss up. So we could be
Thursday night game. We got a Thursday night game.
Yeah, we got one. So after the Rams, we play the Ravens.
Oh, that Monday night is my birthday, huh? September 16th.
Is it really? Oh.
They won against the Jets.
Weird.
September 16th. That's my birthday.
16. Oh, I was gonna say we might have to. That'll be a birthday game, but never mind. They're away. I forgot about that.
I'm gonna tell you who I think had a good draft too. I think Buffalo had a pretty good draft.
How so?
Well, I like Ed Oliver, and they got this tight end from South Carolina, Dawson Knox. Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. I just think, and not just Ed Oliver. Cody Ford is a good offensive line. He's a great tackle. I don't know how he. I mean, I'm not too surprised he got to the second round, but Cody Ford is a great tackle. And so you're going to have him, and I think Josh Allen will be improved this year. They still got Shady McCoy. I think Buffalo had a pretty decent draft. I want to see what that Buffalo defense was pretty decent last year too. Now you put Ed Oliver in the mix. I mean, I think Buffalo had a pretty good day, pretty good weekend.
6-10.
Maybe.
But
they're on the way.
You're in the same division as the GOAT. That's
Come on, man. Can somebody else win that division, please?
No.
Who's in that?
The Dolphins, the Bills, the Patriots, and the Jets.
Okay, well, I can say
the Patriots have won that division
Jets
10 years in a row.
Yeah, I'd say the Jets might be the possible dethrone, but I don't know.
Did you see the Jets' new uniforms? Did you see their new uniforms?
Yeah.
Not too bad. Not too bad. Sam Darnold, maybe. It's going to be some quarterbacks where I'll tell you, there's one pick that I was intrigued by was San Diego taking Easton Stick, the quarterback from North Dakota State, the guy who followed Carson Wentz and won another couple of national championships.
I think
at North Dakota State.
Phillip Rivers is not getting any younger.
Old. Yeah, but I think Shasty said they want to extend Phillip Rivers.
Oh wow,
Phillip Rivers is like 37, I think.
I mean, he is still a damn good quarterback.
All these old quarterbacks are still pushing.
He's a really good quarterback.
Only person that's not pushing is Eli.
Yeah, he needs to go.
It's time for Eli to sit down.
I never want to say, you know me. I don't want to do draft grades or nothing like that.
F.
But I'm like David. I mean, I'm not David. Daniel Jones.
F+.
You could have gotten Daniel Jones at 17.
Well, now there's a report out that the Redskins who was it? It was the Redskins and somebody else. I believe the Broncos would have taken him before he came back up, which I really don't.
Well, Washington would. Well, no. I mean, I'm saying Daniel Jones. I don't know Washington would have taken Daniel Jones at 15.
I don't believe it. I'm trying to.
I don't think they would have taken him at 15.
Where is the report at?
But again, it goes to if that's your guy, take him.
But why is that your guy though? That's the question. Yeah. That's the question in my eyes.
There are some. Shannon Sharp made a pretty good point. And I know people going to say, well, you can't make everything about race. I'm sorry, but I got to agree with Shannon Sharp on this. If Dwayne Haskins, an African-American quarterback who's not – Dwayne Haskins isn't all that athletic. He can move, but he's not really quick or athletic on the seat. He's a pocket passer.
Exactly.
If Dwayne Haskins at Duke would have put up the same numbers that Daniel Jones did, I can't see him getting drafted day 1 or day 2. I just can't see it.
You are a 7th round project pick.
Yep.
If that.
I don't know what the Giants. I think it's that Daniel Jones has a connection to the Manning family, and that's why they took him.
Dave Gettleman is a fool.
I mean, you gave up Odell Beckham Jr., and now you're going to have Daniel Jones throwing to Sterling Shepard, who you just extended, I believe. And who else?
I did
Golden Tate.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did the same thing that Phil did on draft night. Go on Twitter and look at the Giants fan base, and they were killing Dave Gettleman.
They were melting down. It was a meltdown.
Yeah.
It was a full blown meltdown.
Haskins had 50 touchdowns at Ohio State this year.
I mean, I know it was only 1 year, but if you just for some reason you plan on starting Eli again, so you couldn't sit Dwayne Haskins behind Eli for 1 year.
I mean,
had Haskins and Saquon Barkley. You find a wide receiver, you good.
Good to go. Hey man, thank you. I mean, I know he's in Washington still, but I got to go back. I got to say, I think Washington had a good draft. I really do. I hate to say that, but I gotta give credit where it's due. I think Washington had a good draft, and they're going to either be loaded at running back or one of those running backs is going to have to go. You got AP, Darius Geis, and now Bryce Love, and you still got what's the other guy? Chris Thomas or Taylor, the one running back.
Chris Thompson,
maybe, I don't know, but I know that. I mean, there's teams that had really good drafts. Washington had a good draft. Pittsburgh had a good draft. Baltimore had a good draft. The Browns had a good draft.
Number 7.
So we're doing mock drafts already.
Yeah, he's already got his top 20 for 2020, and Tua is the 7th ranked best player.
Who's the number 1 ranked player?
Chase Young.
Oh, from Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I wonder what Tyreek Smith is going to do this year down there. That's what I'm excited to see. I want to see what Tyreek Smith is going to do down there this year.
I just want to see what the team is going to do, period. This is weird to me.
Post-Urban, yeah.
Yeah, it's weird to me.
Yep. Post-Urban.
Justin Fields. I'm excited about that kid.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I mean, it's just I think it'll be somewhat similar to what we've already seen with them before. I think it'll be somewhat similar with Ryan Day. Mm-hmm. I think he'll kind of stick to the basics that Urban had going. I hope I'm right. I really do.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, all right, man. We're going to get out of here. That's going to do it for us. Thank you so much, Johnanthony Lowery, for coming on. Hassan, get better. We'll do it another day. I'm going to maybe try to find a McDonald's that they need an app to tell us when they have the buttermilk tenders.
Just send an alert to your phone.
Yeah, send me an alert, man. We got the tenders. Come get them right now.
McDonald's on East Lake Vine Street has buttermilk.
Hey, shout out to the people. We put out a swing set in my front yard. We just put it out there for free, like a kid's swing set. Yeah. And this girl messaged me. I put on that buy sell trade page on Facebook, and the girl messaged me and said, I'm coming to get it. I'm like, all right, cool. So when I was getting ready to leave, there was a lady outside. She said, oh, yeah, my husband's got a pickup truck. He's coming. I'm like, okay. I thought it was a girl. The girl texted me like 20 minutes later, like, hey, I'm on my way. I'm like, wait, that wasn't you outside of my house? Who was that outside of my house? Somebody came and swiped it. I was like, oh, sorry. Somebody came and got it. I thought it was you. Bees like that sometimes. All right, man, we're going to get out of here. For Eli Robinson, for Phil Rucker, once again, thank you to Johnanthony Lowery. Reg, man, hope you enjoy your birthday. Happy born day to you. This is the Quad Brothers Sports Show. Eli, take us out.
All right, the name of the song is called King by Chucky Beats. This is the Quad Brothers Sports Show on One Unit Media Network.
We'll see y'all next week. Peace.